My mic, is it on? Are those mics on? Everybody test their mic. Microphone check. Microphone check. But I'm sorry, it was the Wu-Tang. Let me just for a moment. Everybody say hi. All right, welcome to our dating boot camp. It is exciting. We want you to click, we want you to tag, and we want you to share. Each individual that is on this stage / pulpit, we are your dating coaches for about, we want to say, an hour. We're going to start from my right, and he will introduce himself. And after that, the next individuals to my left will introduce themselves. Come on and introduce yourself. Fred?
Bishop-elect Fred D. Gooden.
And who he is?
I am Jamilah's husband.
That's right. This my husband, y'all, and he ain't going nowhere.
Amen.
Do it like we practice at home. He ain't going no.
And she ain't either.
All right, amen. And to my left.
Hey, I'm Coach Ken. I am a relationship coach and communications expert, and I help people navigate the complexities of modern-day relationships.
And how many marriages did you save?
I've saved 299 marriages, and I've put roughly 1,400 couples together.
Okay.
Wow.
And the next person?
I am Elder Deloria Michelle, and I am going to represent the singles today.
All right. All right. Amen. All right. Audience, make some noise. All right. Before we get started, I just want Pastor Ken, well, I'm not going to say Pastor Ken. Ken, what you want me to call you?
Call me Ken, Coach Ken, whatever.
Coach Ken.
Call me Pastor, Professor. Anything. Just call me anything.
Okay, I'm going to call you anything. Well, Coach Ken, would you please let the people know about your book? Let them know that he has a dating game. Wow. He has a relationship card game. One of them is very interesting, the sex edition.
Okay, so.
Oh, don't get scared now.
No, I ain't scared. I ain't scared. Listen, I'm in front of millions each week, so I ain't scared.
Let's go.
So let me just tell you why I created them, though.
Okay.
I created them for what we're talking about. Here's the thing, that most people who get in relationships nowadays, they really don't know the person that they've got in a relationship with.
Wow.
And so when I created these games long before, now you got everybody got a card game. I believe it bit off me.
Right.
But what I wanted to do was have a way that people could discuss serious issues in a fun way.
Okay.
So if we're talking about your past, but we make it a game, they call it gamifying it. If you gamify it and you get to know the person, now people are more readily to share deeper stuff in a fun way.
Right.
Like, I don't believe in oral sex.
Right.
So they're going to talk about it in a fun way. So that's why I created
It's like
these
many
games.
a truth told in a joke.
There we go.
Right. It's many a truth. That's an old Chinese proverb that many a truth is told in a joke. However, you have to have those hard conversations to make a connection.
But these open the door for those.
Yeah, they don't want to have those hard conversations. And what's this book you got here?
So this book it's called The Canion Culture, Creating Relationships That Last. It's a book that my wife and I wrote during COVID.
Can you put that up?
And the reason we wrote this book is because one day we were sitting around in COVID. Y'all know how many divorces happened during COVID.
Wow.
Because you were not distracted. And so one day my wife and I, we were working on some stuff. And I said, why do you stay with me? Now we got serious. And she was like, because I love you. And I was like, that don't make sense. Because there's over 53% divorce rate. And everybody who got divorced at some point said they loved the other person. More than likely.
Right.
And I said, it's got to be more than that. And so she was like, quit tripping. I said, I'm serious. I want to know why. Let's go deeper. And that's why when I created that, and she says, well, okay. I love you because you let me be me.
Wow.
I love you because we run our household like a business.
Right.
Now, she started thinking. And then I said, as she was thinking, I said, you know what we've done? We have created a culture in our relationships. Think about companies that have a great culture like Google, like Zappos. People don't want to leave. Once they come, I said, we've created a culture where we don't want to leave the relationship because the relationship itself means a certain thing to us.
Right.
And so we wrote the book about it. Okay. But we wrote the book just like about companies.
Right.
Like companies are relationships. Why do people stay? Why is it that at Google you can take a nap while you at work?
Right. Right.
Okay?
Or bring your dog.
And to get a job there is almost impossible.
Yes,
Right.
yes, yes.
Right? Because don't nobody want to leave.
Right.
And I said, just like you said y'all ain't leaving.
Right.
Well, y'all created a culture in a relationship.
Yeah.
And that's why we wrote the book.
Yeah, I was reading, we live in a social media society, and there was a young man that just recently, when I came down here, he had a post, and he said, people leave relationships like you swipe. And the reality is dating is now horrible. Single people.
It is.
And the reputation of dating is that someone took a dump in the dating pool. Now, I have single men and women that are in the audience. By the round of applause, the single people, is this true? And if you're online, just give hearts. Okay. So dating has been disastrous. And people want to make connections, like you said, the relationships. Ken, don't look at me like that. Stop playing.
Me and you, see, it's going to be me and you, we know what we're going to do. You know how, I'm going to say some things tonight that's going to rub some people the wrong way. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, Pastor, listen, here's the thing.
No, I'm MJ today.
Oh, MJ. Well, listen,
I'm MJ today.
MJ, let me just say this, MJ.
All right.
Here's the thing. Most people think it's urine and feces in the dating pool because they don't know how to date.
Okay.
Most people don't have a clue. You know why I used to work a long time ago? See, long time ago, your choices were limited.
Right.
Okay, and long time ago, what happened was they told you, all right, you know that boy down the street, though? Michelle, that boy. And so now all of your energy is focused on that one boy. You never had to perfect dating. And what we look at dating is, and I heard somebody say the other day that I don't believe in dating. I'm like, that's stupid. I said, let me explain this to you. Because what dating is not about feeling good. It is not about going out to eat. It is not about us going to Carowinds. Dating is about collecting data. And so what happens is when you don't know how to collect data, you don't know how to collect data. That's why I tell people, my ladies, I just married 2 people in my academy. I know how to get you married. And what happened was, I said, you're approaching it wrong. I said, I tell women, date multiple people. I said, date multiple people. I said, let me tell you why.
That's what I told them. See, dating is collecting data. And I think what people don't realize is, remember back in the day, they had the dating game?
Yes.
And you would put a bachelor and a bachelorette behind the doors, and you would ask questions, and you wouldn't see. They need to come back with that. I'll host it. But they need to, no, seriously, they need to come back with a dating game because it is a game. Right. And the problem with a lot of people is, y'all not working on your roster. Excuse me, Fred.
I got your talk.
Y'all not working on your roster. Ladies, y'all have to know how to play the game of dating. Y'all date emotionally first.
Right.
And so when you date emotionally first, guess what that joker do? He become everything you spewed out at the table when you're supposed to be collecting data. I'm telling you, y'all supposed to be dating 5 at a time.
5?
No, I ain't gonna say 5.
Hold on now. That's my truth to tell back in the day.
MJ. So okay, I agree with dating, but see, but when I
yes, 5. That's your
5.
roster. Because
Okay.
they eliminate themselves. The one that's consistent stays.
No. Well, see, hold on a minute. I get dating multiple, and you choose the number. You could choose the number.
You could choose the number.
You choose your number, but hold on.
Look at Bishop's face. He like,
hey, are you Bishop?
nah, he
like,
told me to keep my
I'm
shoes on.
Jamila's husband, right? No,
I'm going to still say the same thing.
Yeah, either way. Okay, I'm gonna say that. See, if I'm Ken or Coach Ken, now Ken and Coach Ken are 2 different people.
Okay.
So Ken, I tell Tammy on the show. I said, Tammy, like we'll go through stuff and I said, Tammy, I was Ken before I was Coach Ken.
Okay.
I know the game now. I done played the game, and I understand the psychology of the way people. The reason I put together so many relationships and repair so many relationships is because the psychology of people don't change. So my whole thing was to understand the psychology of people, how we think, what we do. And so what we rely on, just real quick, and I'm going to let you go on with this. But I want you to understand this. And I told y'all this before we started. There are two parts of our brain, okay? We have our conscious mind and our subconscious mind, okay? I can go into the limbic part and the neocortex. I'm not. But just think about the conscious and the subconscious. The conscious mind are conscious things that we're aware of. We're aware of what we have on, where we're going. Our subconscious mind is like our computer. It is where we house all our emotions, our feelings, our trauma, everything. It is how we view the world. But what happens when we start dating people, we start asking people conscious questions like, who's your favorite team? Where you go to school? How many kids? How do you work? We try to get to know a person on the conscious level, right? But the true person lies in the subconscious. Y'all, what I believe about the world, what I believe about God, what I believe about myself is in my subconscious, but you don't ever get to know that person because you don't know how to get there.
Okay, so that's good, and I believe that. But the subconscious, when you're collecting data, they make you conscious by asking you questions that are easily answered.
Yeah, but you can collect data.
It's the game. So how do women, specifically women, because you know I'm team female, hear me roar.
Yeah.
How is it that women get to the subconscious?
Glad you asked.
Because that's the individual that they want to know. The joker that say hello is not the joker at all. And so it's the dating game. And so my ladies are here. If I'm speaking right, just clap your hands. They want to know the joker that's locked up at home in the cage. How do you get to know the subconscious one? Because honestly, and I'm gonna just talk about me for a moment. I'm happily married. When I was single, shut up, Michelle. There was no. I'm not hiding nothing. There's got to be an understanding so you and I won't have to work so hard. You ain't the only man that I'm gonna see. Period. That's me. So I'm coming to you and I'm letting you know there's a roster and I'm worthy to compete for. So therefore, I already know my value so I can play the game well. So I don't have to fight to get to know the subconscious. I'm going to put who I am on the table and see what you got. How do they get to know the hitman, Michelle?
Go ahead, Michelle.
Well, I was going to say, and what she's saying, that makes them work. We're not making them work for us. We're not making them work. We're making it easy by emotionally dating so fast. So.
That's what you said earlier. You said it earlier.
I said it earlier.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and so we have to make them work. And I agree with what she says about the roster, but my number isn't 5. I don't have the patience for 5.
Right.
I don't have the patience for 5 at all. I will get frustrated, aggravated, and bored. But and another thing is, he was saying, Coach was saying about the dating pool, how there are some good men out here. Amen. He said it's not just feces and everything else out there. There are some good men, but Coach and MJ, what I'm finding, and Bishop, is that the good men are just as hurt and damaged as the good women. So you have to you have to be patient and work through all of that. And that goes with collecting all of that data. And I'm giving myself 6 months to get to know these people. I'm not getting emotionally connected anymore. I'm giving myself more time.
Yes.
I'm giving myself 6 months. If I speak to you today, it's fine. I won't be upset if I don't speak to you again until next week. But we have to give ourselves time. They are just as hurt, damaged, afraid, scared, and all of that like we are.
But the difference between women will go somewhere and get themselves healed.
Absolutely.
And be accountable that they are hurting. I want to go back to what you said. Don't look at me like that. I want to go back to what you said. What you said that piggybacks off of what she said. You said men don't have a difficult time having sex. they have a difficult time falling in love. And so, he said, shh. And so, if they want to introduce us to their vulnerability or the subconscious, how come they can't do that and let us keep our drawers on? I'm not saying, I'm just speaking in women. They always want sex. For what I hear from my sisters, they want to know the sexual part of a person first before you get down to the subconscious of who they are. So how do women play this game if they're not playing the game fair? Okay.
Do you want me to answer the question? I give you that. Yes. So if I tell MJ, so give me 1.5 minutes, and I will explain this to you.
The single people out here better say
something. I'm gonna give me single people. Pay attention for 1 minute, 1.5 minutes. So here's the reality. The reality is this right here, is that if I told you I could show you a surefire way that you can stop picking the wrong person, how many people would say, I want that? If I could show you, sure. And so if I showed you how to do it. Now watch this, because she actually asked 2 questions, and I'm going to answer one of them, and then I'll answer later. She said, how will I know? How can I play the game? Mm-hmm. So think about it like this, y'all. If I taught you how to ask questions in a way that went past the conscious mind into the subconscious mind, for instance, most of us ask just questions, who did you date? I mean, how long was you married? If I gave you a list of 10 questions to ask a man over the next 3 months, not just day one, hey, I need you to answer this. Because what we do is we just want to check the box. Mm-hmm. We just want to check the box, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, he got a job. He makes 6 figures. He's 6 feet tall. Mm-hmm. So I say, what if I said I gave you a list of 10 questions, 10 subconscious questions? Like, for instance, if I asked you this, to ask him 3, one of the things you wanted to know, you wanted to know, and this is in a new book that I created that some of y'all going to get called Just Ask, 250 questions to know if he's the one. So I asked you to ask him, you wanted to know how he treated his mother, right? Mm-hmm. Wow. And I said, well, ask him this. Ask him, tell me one thing that you learned from your mother that helps you become the man you are today. Wow. So that question is not a conscious question. I don't have that question in my, that answer readily available in my conscious mind. So I got to go into my subconscious mind to answer it. Mm-hmm. And so now when a person says, wow, I never thought about that. Now you get them to think about it, to probe into their filing cabinet, their hard drive, what we call the subconscious mind. Now watch this. Now all of a sudden he says, I learned from my mother that don't trust a woman. Now all of a sudden, you just brought something out of him. So now we're going to probe deeper. I say, well, why was that important to her? Or how did that affect you in dating? So what we've done is I teach people how to go from the initial question 5 levels deep. And now you can't hide who you are. Because if you decide that you don't want to answer the question, now I know, okay, you hiding something.
Wow.
See, y'all, this system, the reason why it works, and I'm going to let I want my operations director, because he's on every call to make sure we have this book. We have a relationship academy. Mm-hmm. And he was like, one day he told me, he said, dude, we've been working together close to a year. He said, man, this stuff that you say, it really worked. Mm-hmm. I used it on my wife, right? Mm-hmm. And so I was telling him, I was saying, the reason it works, y'all, is because the psychology of the way we think. Mm-hmm. Everything we do, y'all, we do because we are conditioned to do it. Yeah. We've been programmed to do it from either when we were young or either the relationships we've been in. Mm-hmm. Either way, it's programming. And so because I understand that, that is how I get past the dude that's been sitting in the couch that's hiding. I find him easy. I can show people how to find him. And two of the ladies in my relationship academy, they came to me 8 months ago, and I taught them this process. And you know what I said? And I teach men this too now. This ain't just for women. Men want to know too. They are just, like you said, they are just as afraid. Men will have sex with you, but they don't want to fall in love. You know why? They don't want to fall in love? Don't nobody want to pick the wrong person. They just as scared too. But we've been taught to hide it. So this one lady came to me 8 months ago. She said, she the kind of person like many of you maybe, she would pop off. She said, in a minute, if you say something wrong, I'm going to give it to you. Sound familiar? And I said, okay, how's that been working for you? Long story short, she said, it's not working for me. I said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to change the way you communicate. But I'm going to start focusing your communication based on asking questions rather than making statements.
Wow.
Notice what I just said. Your communication will be based on asking questions rather than making statements. You're going to go from interrogation to communication.
Come on.
Yes, that's good.
And and what is the difference between interrogation and communication? It's the perception of the other person.
Right.
Wow.
That is it. She got married 3 weeks ago.
Come on. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm just saying, it works.
So you gave us one. Give us 4 more. We're going to buy the book and we're going to put all that information up, but give us 4 more.
Here's another question. Well, can I give them to you throughout the night? I don't want to give them to all 3 now.
I need y'all to write what he says.
Okay.
And take that into accountability. Okay? Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm asking the question. Say another question. So I got 250 of these that my team developed and I developed. One of the questions is, tell me one fear that you have that no matter how many times you try to get it out of your mind, it always reappears. That's the question. Now, why do I ask that question? Because each of us have fears that guide us, that dictate how we operate. Notice I said, tell me one. I ain't say tell me 2, 3, 4. One is very specific because now I want your mind to hone in on one thing, because your mind will always go back to that one thing that bothers you, and they might pause and not want to tell you. And if that tells me something that you want to tell me, okay. And here's what I say: you don't have to tell me today, but I want you to think about it. And as we develop our relationship deeper, I want to create a safe space where you are able to tell me.
Tell me one fear so I can create a safe space. That was good. I think a lot of problems that we have, and then you'll go back to 3. And I'm going to ask those to interact that are online and even in the building. What are the fears? Because there's so many fears. Fear is a good thing for God, but it can be a horrible thing when you're trying to get to know someone. The majority of the people that were here, can someone come to the mic and explain one of the problems you have during dating? It could be fear, but not everybody move at one time. Name one problem that you have during dating, and Ken is going to respond to it.
Don't be scared. Come on, y'all, because
See,
somebody else is wanting to know the answer too.
That same question.
Go ahead, right there. Can you speak very loudly to the mic? Speak very loudly. Go ahead.
My biggest thing is they don't want to be honest. Everybody feel like they need to lie. Like, you don't know me, I don't know you. Let's be real. But they lie. But over little stuff.
Okay. So that's a big problem.
So, ho. Can you go back to the mic? So, okay. I'm about to do something to you. So let's say you built a relationship. Now, y'all, everybody listen to this. Let's say you built a relationship. Because I had a thing called Candid Conversations recently, and I got a letter. So let me ask you a question. What if you built a relationship? You said you want a guy to be honest, right? Is that what you want? You want complete honesty. And so the more honest I am, the closer we're going to get, right?
All depends. I feel like at the end of the day, if we're trying to get to know each other, it's only right to be real, because I'm a whole FBI. You can be real with me, but I'm going to find the information out regardless.
So you going to weaponize the stuff I tell you. So if here's the thing about honesty. The honesty is this. I'm going to give you a scenario. Everybody watch out for this scenario. Here it is. And I want you to hear this scenario. All right. So this is a real letter. So this lady met this guy. She was 42 years old. She had been in the dating pool, thought it was full of urine or whatever. And she met this guy, and the guy was everything she had after. He was consistent. He communicated. I mean, he was always done on the spot. They were partners. And she could share herself with him. And this was everything I had prayed for, right? And she had some stuff that she had done. She had a OnlyFans situation where she was trying to make money, but he accepted it. He was like, you ain't doing it now? We're good, because we could communicate. So they're about to get married in 8 months, right? They're about to get married. And so what he says is, you know what? I just want to, since you made this such a safe place for me, I just want to tell you something. I want to tell you that 15 years ago, I was in a bad place, and I had a relationship with a man one night. It was one night, okay? Notice your emotions are changing. This was the guy that you dreamed of. This is real. Now, would you stay with him? Would you get married in 8 months? Because you said, I want you to tell me everything.
I'm going to pray about that thing.
No, wait a minute. 2 minutes ago, he was the man of your dreams. But wait a minute. But then 2 minutes ago, he's the man of your dreams. And then you say, I want you to communicate. You just said it.
That's the thing. It depends.
Okay, but you was going to get married to him. I just told you the scenario. This is a real scenario. I just said you were going to get married to him in 8 months. He's the man of your dreams. I just gave you the scenario. Now, something that happened 15 years ago, do you discredit the relationship because you just said, I want you to tell me everything?
Wow.
I wouldn't.
What would you do?
I wouldn't. Based off of...
You would not marry him, would you?
No, I would. Only because you say the relationship that they had. They built a bond, a trust.
Oh, yeah, they built a bond, a trust.
Yes. And 8 months. And
now, 8 months to go to their marriage. They've been together 3 years, 3.5 years.
And he just not telling her that?
Yeah, he just not telling her. Well, she just told him about that. Wait a minute. She just told him about the OnlyFans 3 months before that.
I believe that some honesty takes time.
They should have been shared that information.
No, see, here's the thing. You know why?
Some honesty, we want honesty, but some of that, it takes time. Because some honesty requires you to be most vulnerable, and you have to build that. You have to work for that. You're not going to give a man your deepest, darkest when you first meet him in the first 3 weeks of meeting him either. No. So we can expect what we won't give.
But when you have a relationship, that's why communication is so important.
Yes.
But understanding is better.
Yes. Because
you build a relationship. Mm-hmm. You build trust. You build a friendship. This building could not stand unless a foundation was laid first. But the building could not stand unless somebody mixed the cement, laid the bricks, and put the roof on it. That takes time, consistency, dedication, and sweat equity. You build. So in a relationship, you've got to build, and it takes time. Because you could be with someone and say, I want the truth. Give me 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 the password.
But it's like
and all of a sudden, he will give you the truth, and you can't handle it.
But it's the little stuff.
No, listen. This is what women have a problem with, and some men too. Y'all want the truth too fast without building a relationship. And what happens is you forfeit what could be because you couldn't handle the truth from the beginning. Let me develop something with you that over the course of time, when you handle or give me your truths little by little, at least I got some substance. Because I would rather be with somebody that is consistent than someone that's telling me the truth that is not consistent at all. Consistency is a substance that I'm telling you the truth, but you can rely on me. Women mess up every day because we become forceful in wanting something we can't handle. Because if you were with somebody for 8 years, I'm just going to flip it, and they turn around and tell you that they did something and they had an affair or they slept with a man. I don't know what y'all doing out there. We good. But I would have a couple of years under my belt, or even 6 good months of consistency to help me determine if this could be something long-lasting. It's built. Everyone wants these freaking TikTok relationships and these Instagram marriages without understanding it takes work. And if you cannot do the work before you date and gathering data, you ain't ready for the relationship. Because it takes learning. This man, I had to learn this man just like he has to learn me. I'm loud. I'm obnoxious with a lot of people. What? I like to fight all day. Me and Tammy, we already had this conversation. We're from Brooklyn.
I told Tammy, you need to stop that.
But do you know there is a recipe that hopefully before we leave that I want to share with women so that you can really realize that you can have it if you become a better hold. One day you will be a better half. We, as especially African American women, we have work to do because the majority of us have been damaged and is showing up in even simple dating. You could be on a date and let me tell you something, and I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna tell you, and my baby daddy, and my father, and my kids, and he'd be like, whoa, 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 check. And we gotta get at least to the entree. We got to get to the entree, ladies. It is so much that my daughter could get divorced today. I make sure, and I can guarantee you, if she wanted to get married next year, I can have her married. Because there is a recipe for it. It is. There's a dynamic. Most African American women have to understand her balance. And it works when you have a man that has patience. It's a balance. Most African American women really don't even know what they want. They just know they want that on Facebook. They know that they want a man that's going to put 20 carats on your finger. But yet still he working at the Waffle House. He going to get there. Wow. Could you marry somebody that's working in the Waffle House? I could marry a fry cook if he was faithful. Yeah. I could marry a fry cook if he was honest. But you got to get there. And this is what this boot camp is about. I want y'all to be honest and tell this man who does this for a living what you feel is being your problem and be honest about it.
I wanted to say this before you say something, Coach Ken. So one of the things about men, and the reason why you'll have so many men that will constantly date women and they'll never get serious with them is because of moments like this. One thing about a man is not going to be vulnerable quick. Yeah. It ain't happening. Mm-hmm. Especially if that man has been hurt now. And this is the thing about a man. I think that men can sometimes be more sensitive than a woman. Because I really believe that some women can get over things quicker than a man. When a man has been hurt in a way that he can't just get over it, he'll move as if everything all right, but he'll never be vulnerable. Because he'll remember moments like this when somebody said, oh, you were vulnerable? And he put it out there and was wrecked because of it. Yep. He was mocked because of it. And so because initially, one thing about us as men, we're prone for quiet. We will handle our stuff in here because all the time we don't want to deal with your opinion or being ridiculed because of the way we think or did a thing. Mm-hmm. So when you're dealing with them, when you're dealing with the man, one thing that I heard my wife say, or Coach Ken said, and I heard Elder say, you got to be patient. If you're not patient, a man is not going, he'll go around, and I'm not trying to be funny, he'll screw everything. And he may even see something deep and different in you, but he going to pause and he going to take his time and see if he can be vulnerable, because it's not about what's being shown out here. It's about, can I really show you myself? And if I show you myself, am I going to regret it? And that's why men will stay on this path. They'll stay on this path of not being, and they'll call that happiness, of not being vulnerable, because they say, you know what, man, the last time I did that, the last time I showed my heart, not only was it wrecked, but I was thoroughly embarrassed. And I'm still trying to get over it because they'll say all the stuff on the outside, but they'll still be trying to get over it in their mind.
So when she talks about, like, they lie, or she's talking about trust, I'm going to ask a question and just answer it. When you are dating someone, how fast do you expect honesty?
It's just casual conversation. They just lie over stupid
Okay,
stuff.
now listen. No, listen, Murphy, listen. By way, you gonna jump in here. She said they just lie. They just lie. How fast do you expect honesty?
It all, like you say, it depends. You got to get trust, but you just lie. Just the stupidest things.
Watch this. That's why everybody got to go to therapy. Because if, I'm just let me be me.
Please.
If I bust you upside the head right now, right? And you get stitches. And give that stitch maybe 3 good weeks to heal. They took the butterfly stitch off, and it's healing. And then all of a sudden, somebody come along, and they just, hey, girl, and you go, ouch. You're going to respond to the pain that was there before somebody else. I don't need your round of applause, y'all. They're preaching tomorrow. You're going to respond to the pain. No matter what part of the head it was, it's the fact that you felt pain in that area. So what happens is, because you're not healed from somebody else that lied, somebody to come along and say, hey, Cheryl, you want to go out to eat? And then he tells something that don't feel like a lie. That pain surfaces. And so what happens is, it's like an old wound reopening, and the pain reminds you that it's there. You got to give people time. When do you meet a man and y'all dating for a month and he lies and you go on, why you ain't telling me about? Y'all just met. Perhaps there was something he did not, or he wasn't ready to reveal to you yet. You got to give people time to tell the truth. Ain't nobody gonna come and tell you the truth from the door. Honesty takes time because you have to date with an understanding. You don't understand where he was. You don't understand where she was. It takes time. Y'all not giving these people time.
Cheryl sounds like I used to sound.
Sure do. I ain't want to say it, but since you said
Cheryl,
it,
you sound, no, seriously.
I'm just
but
saying.
I'm better now. I'm over it. But she sounds, that's exactly how I would sound. And I sound like that because I was still holding on to something from my past that was keeping me from accepting or receiving anybody where I was.
And nobody gonna have a chance.
And nobody had a chance.
Nobody's gonna have a chance.
Everybody was a liar. They could be telling the truth, but because it sounds familiar to something that was said in my past, in my mind, it was a whole lie. They just lying. They're lying. So I had to go to therapy. I'm still in therapy now.
Amen.
I'm in therapy.
But you need time. You need time. And that was me. It was a rebuttal to everything.
They will not. Nobody. If you don't get that pain dealt with, I don't care. It could be a person that is a good man or a good woman. They will not have a snowball chance in hell because you will always be defensive.
Can I ask you a question?
But it's
Can I
making excuses.
Can I ask you a question?
No, look, we're in therapy. I'm taking this.
No, I'm about to take you. I'm about to take you to therapy right now. So, what you have? Tell me the belief that you have about men and lying. There is a deep-seated belief that you have. You believe, let me ask you, do you believe that all men lie?
No.
Do you believe that all men that you date lie?
No.
Okay. There is something about lying that you believe that is associated with men. The reason I know that is
because my life destroyed from lies.
There we go. There we go.
My life
So
was destroyed.
your life. So you believe. So you view the world through the lens of that pain. And so when you view dating through the lens of that pain, everything looks like a lie because that is the thing that popped me upside the head. All right. And so it's like when somebody busts you upside the head, every time an arm go up, it's like, oh snap. You know, if you ever look at a dog, and I'm not talking about humans, I'm talking about a dog that's been abused. When you go to pet the dog that's been abused, what is the first thing they do? They don't know the difference between praise and abuse. Okay, they don't know the difference because it all looks the same when you look at it through that lens. So what you have to do is you have to eradicate the limiting belief, and that's a process.
Yeah.
That is a process that I get. Every client that comes to me has a limiting belief about something. Because they don't come to me. I always tell people don't come to me because everything good. They don't come to me because they happy unless they've been a client that say, Coach, I love you, and I'm getting married. I just saved a relationship. They turned the relationship around, and they called me both crying. I had both of them in front of me, and I said, turn to the other person and tell them why you love them. And this is the people that were headed for a divorce 8 months ago. And I told them, I started the conversation off, and I told them, I said, y'all have some limiting beliefs about the other person. We just going to discover what they are. You have limiting beliefs, and we just discovered some of it, that lies have destroyed your life. So you view the world through the lens of that pain. So listen, what I'm going to say to you, you want to date, and I know you want to love. I know you want to love. But what we have to do is interrupt the pattern that you've created mentally from those lying beliefs. And before I leave here today, come see me.
Yeah.
I'm going to help you.
And see, I always say that don't let the pain from your past. I always say this, don't allow the pain from your past to disrupt a beautiful future. And what you do is you still give that person that lie power. They're long gone loving someone else, and you're stuck here sabotaging something that could be great. And you can't give them that kind of power. That's why it's necessary for you to ask yourself, you know, how come I'm still allowing this person to control me? People are not dating because they don't want to be accountable, that they have sabotaged some good relationships. Okay? Anyone else have a question? Anyone else? Go ahead. Okay.
Would you come to the mic for me, Alan? Would you come? Alan is my operations director. And so he has watched for the last year ladies come, and I want you to speak to how they show up and what happens to them when we help them understand those limiting beliefs and eradicate them. I just want from your perspective.
Well, from my perspective, Ken and panel and everyone, the ladies, they show up, just like an example you just saw, you know, they have different things going on. And what Ken helped them to do is to realize what's going on inside of them. And I watched the transformation, like he has an academy, and I watched the transformation from day one, leading into the weeks, and how he worked with them to get them to really see that. You know, they say they want a date. Like he said before, they want a man with 6 figures, 6 feet tall, this, and that. Then Ken would say the thing, are you that? And the screen just goes silent. I mean, they're like, no, wait a minute. Well, Ken say, well, if you're going to attract that, you have to be that yourself. So he works with them on develop themselves, how to ask subconscious questions, how to collect data, and also while they're doing this, the things that they have going on that they need to improve, they're constantly working on that too while they're out here dating and collecting data.
Yeah, have you noticed that? And I wanted to ask you this. What about the ones that are resistant? Like this young lady is a beautiful young lady, but there is so much resistance in her. She is so resistant to listen because listen to me carefully, y'all. She is identifying with the pain. She's attached to it. And when the pain becomes part of your identity, it's hard to separate the pain from you and where you begin and where the pain ends. Right. And so what happens when you see people who are resistant, and I have a way, I'm kind of like you, MJ. Me and you got a way. Yeah. But from your perspective, Adam, you've seen their transformation. You've seen people like Teresa and all them go from getting married. I mean, from nothing to getting married. What would you say the most important thing that they do when it switches for them and when they get in committed relationships or whatever it is?
Well, the most important thing, Ken, I think they realize that they have to put the work in. True. They have to put that work in. And then once they get into the relationship, they work your principles, everything that you teach them, and they help their partner to work with that, to, just like you stated before, to form that culture that they have to make the relationship work. But like you said now, a lot of them will resist. I mean, they'll go back and forth with you. You tell them to shut up.
I don't see it quite like that.
I mean, sometimes you do. You listen, it's no need in going on and continuing with this. Realize where you at. Let's deal with you, and then we can deal with the bigger. Right. So, right.
In dating, thank you. In dating,
thanks.
Why is it so difficult? And I'm gonna shake the table a little bit because this is just what I do. I noticed something on social media. On social media, every time I do a live or whenever I'm on social media, when you guys do a live, whenever someone puts up a post, whenever somebody does anything on social media, there is a fake profile, and it's a man. And what the man says is to the woman, whether he knows she's married or not, right. Hey, beautiful. I noticed you did not accept my friend request. Can we please connect? Have y'all noticed that on social media? Yes. These are predators that have now used social media to prey on single women. And I'm noticing this social media frenzy because they're playing on the singleness and the desperation of women. Has it gotten that bad?
I mean,
y'all gonna answer this because we here to help y'all. Has it gotten that bad?
I ain't gonna say nothing.
That now they are targeting women because they feel there's such a shortage in desperation until they're using this to get whatever they can from them. It is all over social media. And I had a woman that got in my inbox and said she thought he was the real man. And he ran off with a lot of money. Has it gotten that bad? Y'all see it's... No, you're shaking your head. Okay, come to the mic. Don't come on. Now you got to move now. We might need a mic runner. We need a mic runner. Because it even says that in the last day there shall lay hold 7 men to 1 woman. She will wear her own meats, dress her own self as long as she is called by name, take with approach. It means, has it gotten that bad that society can play on the emotions of single people to use them? I am tired of specifically my sisters being used because society says it's that bad. Go ahead.
So I'm on social media a lot. I post content a lot. Just like today, I got an inbox about, well, hey, beautiful being. And then next thing I know, like.
There you go.
And I even see that on LinkedIn by men doing the same thing. And that actually makes me look to not only research, I always research everything, but be very cognizant about, is it a fake profile? Is it somebody with a wife? Which I had that too. It makes me apprehensive about putting myself out there on that spoke, because I am working technically, but because you don't know if it's a bot, you don't know if it's somebody else or what it is. It's just very intimidating.
So now they're preying on the singleness of women, specifically black women. Another thing, the balloon challenge.
Oh, that's horrible.
I looked and I asked, where are the other ethnic backgrounds doing this?
Exactly.
Where's the white balloon challenge? Go ahead. No, hold on. The balloon challenge is you get and I'm going to talk about that for a minute. The balloon challenge is, in social media, is just now preying on the single women. The balloon challenge is you get a bunch of women in a room and the man gets to choose. A lot of times the man get to choose, sometimes the women get to choose. But if you like the man, you come out, you pop the balloon. If he's not attractive, you don't like his shoes, you don't like his hairline, you don't like the way he talk, you don't like if his tooth is crooked, and you judge him. And if you are the last woman standing with a balloon, you ask a question and you go out. The dating pool has become a level of desperation. That's my point.
And that's why they're preying on single women, because single women have put themselves out there in a way that's saying, I'm desperate. I'm desperate.
Now,
I hate it.
this is the balloon challenge. And so I want to talk about this for a minute. I believe, Kathy, that single women in a specific age group is understandable. Because I seen this episode. I did. And a young man came out, and as soon as he stepped in the room, pop, 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 all the balloons pop. And I said, dummies. So, dang what I really said, but I said dumb donkeys. Because they did not give this young man a chance to open his mouth. And when he said, I have 3 master's degrees, he said, I am a philanthropist. They all were like, nah, you can't get the balloon back. Because this generation judges people on what they look like. And most people, not all, they're starting to judge good people based on what they look like. And you overlook some good men and some good women because they don't look like what you believe your person should be. And when you judge people because of what they look like, you have a big problem on your hands. And this is where you got to know the difference between standards and settling. A lot of people are single because they did not settle. Go ahead.
The reason I don't like that, because it creates an illusion.
It is.
And what the illusion is it's a great thing for, I wish I had come up with it. It's a great thing for building a big YouTube channel. But I probably wouldn't have done it, because what it does is it creates a false sense of what a relationship is. Because think about it. Nowadays, you got men who are saying women are for the streets, and women are saying, like, you know, man got to pay for everything, and you got all of this noise. It's all this noise. But here's the thing. It makes sense because people, listen to me carefully, y'all. What people are doing on the internet, influencers, people are looking for someone to confirm what they believe. So if I tell you, if I start a YouTube channel and tell you that every woman is a gold digger for the streets, ain't no good women out there, and you've had that experience, you're viewing through your lens of pain. I always say this, that these manosphere guys who talk about women, they are speaking from the lens of their pain. Yeah. Some woman has hurt them, maybe their mom, maybe somebody they dated, and the same thing for women. Like this lady, Shira 7, who thinks, what does she be saying? That, God, she got a quote things that she said, every man should always pay. Men, if he don't pay, then you need to be with, he's dusty and all of that. Now, listen, y'all, what this leads to is an idea that relationships are transactional. Mm-hmm. If you give me this, I'll give you that. Mm-hmm. Now, that's the climate that we live in. Mm-hmm. That is the reason why people don't spend the time getting, because you said you got to build trust. Yeah. You have to build it. People don't spend the time because if I don't get what I want from you right away, you know what? I'm out. If you don't get what you want right away, that's why I tell my people, I said, listen here, the ladies that I coach, I said, listen, don't fault the man because he wants sex, because you're the gatekeeper of sex, right? And if a man presses you and says, look, if you don't have sex with me, I'm out, then you say, okay, then some women will have sex just because they don't want him to be out. But if the relationship is built upon that part of it, I'm not saying he doesn't want to get it from you. But what I'm saying is, let me explain it in this way. There are 3 types of connection. Listen to me carefully. There's the emotional connection, there's the mental connection, and there's the physical connection, right? The emotional connection is what we feel about another person. That's what, do we connect like that? The mental connection is, how do we see the world? Do we see the world in the same way? We connect like that. And then there's the physical connection. That means that physically we are all sexual beings and we have that chemistry. So a man is wired from God because he gave us testosterone to want the physical connection. Don't get mad because he wants it. Okay, I'm just saying. Because he wants you, desires you. Now, most women that I coach want a man to give them an emotional connection, how he feels. Now watch this, y'all. Neither one of them are willing to relent first. So what do you focus on? The mental connection. We both can talk about how we view the world. That's why I do subconscious questions. Because if you focus on the mental connection, if he ain't willing to focus on the mental connection, don't be with him.
So the question that I have is,
yes,
when they're out here fellowshipping,
yes,
they should ask those questions from the mental perspective.
Correct.
Okay. And so you have those that are what you call sapiosexuals, that they connect with conversation.
Correct.
And the intellectual part of a person. And so I get that. But what happens when you're a woman and you're in the presence of a man that you like, or a woman that's in the presence of a man, whatever they're doing out there on social media land, and you like that person and you haven't gotten there yet? You haven't gotten there yet.
Keep going.
Okay. And so
if they worth it.
There you go.
If they're worth it.
I think what happens in dating is a discovery.
Yes.
And I think absolutely, if you don't know what you're trying to discover, then you will be very shallow. I think what happens even with this balloon challenge, this age group, I think that's Gen Z. Is it Gen Zs? Everything is what you look like.
Right.
It's what you look like. But when you get my age, when you get over a certain age group, it's like, you know that your BBL going to hell. You know.
I see it all day in Atlanta.
What?
I see it all day.
It's true. Your BBL going to hell. Its gravity is going to take hold, and I would rather have somebody that can love me with what?
I saw somebody, I be in Atlanta filming, right?
Yeah.
I seen some BBLs that went to hell.
Yeah.
I seen some.
And so, you know, and I think if you really deal with the substance and ask those questions, the what if, what happens, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't know how to date because they're not looking for substance.
MJ, let me tell you this.
What?
Please, I got to tell you this. You own something so big. What it is most people don't know what their own core values are.
It is.
So when they see it, they rely on what they feel. Ooh, you look good.
Yeah.
Ooh, you got a nice car.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what you're looking for, anything will suffice that looks good. Anything will suffice. So the problem with that is then when you get in a relationship and the man in your head don't look like the man in your bed.
Come on.
The man. So you have this perception of what a person should be, right? And then all of a sudden, this person that you've been with that made you feel good, that you like, they made your liver, as my mom used to say, made your liver quiver. All of a sudden, now your liver stopped quivering. The liver stopped quivering, and you like, look at Hector. His head big, his hairline starting way back here.
Yeah.
And wait a minute. Oh, that weave that she had, her hat on is thinning, and all of a sudden, then the things that you look past in the first stage, in the honeymoon stage, you stop looking past.
It's like your mother used to say that every new broom sweeps clean. And so, and I think what happens
I ain't never heard that one. That's cool.
Every new broom sweeps clean. Everybody, when you first meet them, is butterflies, it's unicorns, it's wonderful. But what about reality? And that's the subconscious. The reality is, can you date someone that does not have it all together? I like to use this terminology from Frozen. Frozen, they had this song where she took Sven and she took him to the trolls. Remember that? And they sung a song. He's a bit of a fixer-upper. That's just what I'll do. And so they asked, well, what you gonna do? I'm gonna fix him up with you. And he didn't have it all together. He didn't have it all together. And then the troll said, well, he smells kind of bad. And then the troll said, well, if I fix him up with you, just give him a little love. Here's the thing with a dating pool. Nobody wants to invest in anybody.
It's powerful.
But everybody wants somebody to already be together. What?
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
That is so powerful. Can we stay right here for a minute? Can we stay right here for a minute? Because what you're dropping some nuggets that, from my perspective as a coach, everybody, watch this, like Alan was saying, we want to hold people to a higher standard than we hold ourselves to.
There you go.
So what happens, somebody tells me, I always tell them, so when they come to me as a coach, first thing I have to outline is what you actually want. Most people don't know what they want. They don't know. They think they know, but when I begin to break down exactly, well, tell me why you want that. Why does he have to make $100,000? What is it about that makes you think? Because what happens, y'all, we think that if we get these things on our list, it's going to make us happy. Nah. And then we get the man that makes 6 figures or $500,000 and treats you like bleep. And then you like, I really didn't want that. I want somebody to love me. And so when you said, this is the part that I need them to hear, nobody comes perfect. My daughters say, Dad, I want to coach Ken. People say, I want to coach Ken. I said, you sure? Did you want Coach Ken before he was Coach Ken? Do you want the Ken that was lying all the time? Do you want the Ken that was slipping and dipping and doing all what he was doing? Did you want that one? Or do you want the one that said his purpose was greater than sex?
Right.
All right. And so if you want that one, then you got to go through the process of getting that one. But what we want to do, especially over 40, we want a person to come already fixed up.
Yeah.
But you two have grown together.
Yeah, and we gonna die together.
And y'all go, oh yeah, you made that clear. My wife said the same thing.
Yeah, oh no.
My wife said the same thing.
We have something we say, to the dirt or to the dirt.
I believe it.
And he will tell you, when I first met my husband, he was looking at me, he was going, because he had gold. And, I told him, I was like, yo, you need to go find somebody else because you ain't ready for me. I did. Right, Shell? I said, but Shell, something, I can't shake him.
She couldn't shake me.
I couldn't shake him. And I'm like, yo, he got these golds in his mouth. And You know, when I first met my husband, we married. I'm going to tell you the truth. You know, he was telling me about, you know, his past and everything, and I wasn't bothered. I'm like, yo, I'm new, son. I'm about to get you this. I'm like, yo, take them
She said,
drawers
son.
off. I said, yo, take them drawers off. Yo, he my husband. This is what I'm talking about. And I was like, yo, and I was like, but there's some things about him that I've got to help him with. See how quiet it got?
Yes.
And a lot of people are single because you're not willing to make an investment in somebody that can give you a residual that will last you a lifetime. Because I was not afraid of whatever he brought to the table, because I realized that I can make him better, and he has made me a better woman. Nobody wants to take a chance on anybody. They want you to come ready-made.
I want to say this. And one thing about us coming together, she says what she saw from the outside, right? But one thing about that, it took some time for us to get to know one another on a personal level, past all the butterflies, past all the things that we probably even thought that we would have measured one another by. It wasn't until we came into a place where we made a decision. Because one thing about it is we make emotional decisions. Love is not an emotion. Love is a decision. And I made a decision to love her for the rest of my life. Because emotionally, she going to get on my nerve.
All day.
Right? And so a lot of times we don't understand why it don't work out. Well, it don't work out because you really never made a decision to make an investment or to be invested into. Because also in us coming into one another's lives, she had to show me some things that I never knew about myself. It is a collision of two histories.
Yep.
And a collision of two types of triggers. And the collision of two types of traumas, and that we have to all walk through this and decide that we're going to stay there at the end of the day. And that's why a lot of relationships are not working out, because as soon as your little data starts to show the imperfection,
you're out.
And the imperfection is going to show. I don't care who you pick. The imperfection at some point is going to show. And then you got to ask yourself, well, did I make a decision or was I just emotional? Because you'll always be able to find somebody. Finding somebody ain't the problem. Are you able to stay with somebody?
That's right. And then you also have to look at the fact that when you're out here, your mental health is important, because you can't make a sound decision if someone is always messing with your mind. When someone is consistently playing a head game with you, when someone is consistently getting in your brain and you don't feel good about yourself, then you know this is not the type of person that I want in my space. Because you could be with somebody and still maintain your sanity. A lot of people and a lot of social media people that I see breaking cars, stalking people, calling ex-wives, calling ex-husband. You are losing your sanity, going through their cell phone, breaking their codes. No offense, Cheryl, being Inspector Gadget. When you with the right person, you ain't got to do that. You ain't got to do that. No, because a right person is going to create a safe space for you mentally. It's a mental safe space. You want to know when you got the wrong person? When you meet them and you are losing your mind.
That's right. Can I say this one more thing before we turn it back over to Coach Ken? One thing I want to say about, I think Cheryl said this about somebody lying. One thing that my wife can tell you, I've been consistent since day one.
Day one.
And so one thing, you shouldn't have to worry about a person lying to you. Yeah. You shouldn't have to worry about you shouldn't have to worry about people hiding their phones and all of this old type of stuff. When you got that type of stuff going on now, I understand day one we start dating, you don't have that accessibility. But you still shouldn't be you still shouldn't be cautious, or you should have some freedom in the engagement with this person. It shouldn't be, yeah, I ain't telling you to be the Fed and go to trying to go through all that back. No. But there still should be something that gives you some type of release or alleviation that, you know what, this person all right. And you open it up and you open it up at levels and over time. But it shouldn't be, if you getting lies, I got to say this, if you getting lies out the door, baby, that ain't,
Back to back,
whether
back to back.
whether that's a man or woman, that ain't the one.
Yeah.
It shouldn't start out
Yeah.
with you shouldn't hear that.
Consistency is key. Consistency is key. When you're out here and you are in the dating game, if a person is running game, you'll know it because they're not consistent. Consistency is key. The last man standing is the one that was consistent. I do want to ask a question. How come in dating they turn red flags green? Somebody answered out there. I can't hear. You got to come to the mic. Why is it that during your dating process, y'all turn red flags green? Why do you turn red flag? It's red. It's red, but it's obvious red. You turn it green. Go ahead. He said thirsty. You could come to the mic.
They desperate and low self-value.
Okay. Have you ever turned a red flag green?
Mm-mm.
Okay. You mean, how long you been single?
Since the pandemic.
Since the pandemic. Girl, give me years. So what, 3 years ago?
4 years
4 years ago. Have you been out dating?
Of course.
And how do you date? Name some ways that you find people that you date. You use a dating website?
They find me.
They find you?
Because I'm a different female.
Okay.
So
hold on.
I'm not in the places that
Wait.
women are.
You gotta be careful when you say that. We live in this.
Well, meaning that.
Are you trans? You a real woman?
No, I'm a real woman.
Okay, now you gotta be honest. Now you gotta, baby, you gotta say, you forget who you. I'm a different type of pastor. I deal with everybody.
I'm a real woman.
You keep saying I'm a different type of woman. Now you got to specify. Now
I'm not in the places that the average woman is.
Be clear.
So dating is not an issue for me.
Okay.
So if a man is approaching me, he's probably approaching me in my element, which for me is either I'm at the gun range, I'm out in the back in the country somewhere with cows and horses. Like, I'm out in the field.
Okay.
So I'm not going to be at the mall.
Okay.
So, and sometimes most people catch me in my industry, which is automotive. So you may catch me under engine.
So what do you do for a living?
I'm in automotive. So I do acquisitions for dealerships.
Okay. So you're actually in a perfect position to meet men. And what women don't know, they've got to put themselves in a position to be found. I don't believe in the holy hookup. Now, I'm going to say something. A lot of folk ain't going to like me. Y'all jump ahead anytime. The dumbest thing I ever heard is you waiting on the Lord.
That part.
Hold on now. The dumbest thing I ever heard is that I'm waiting on the Lord. And then you wait on the Lord. And then we at your funeral.
Still waiting.
Still waiting.
With you dead, and hopefully the mortician can keep your legs open, because that's the only air you're going to get.
I got to go.
And so now we at your funeral saying, Popolo Tang Tang. She waiting on the Lord.
I got to go.
Do you know how many women are waiting on the Lord? You're in a perfect position because you're in the automotive industry.
Yeah.
I tell my single sisters, get out of the house. Go to the game. Go to the Panthers game. Go to the games. You got to go where the men are, ladies. Y'all ain't going nowhere. Do I got to put a field trip together? Baby, can I put a field trip together? I'm going to put a field trip together.
Okay.
I think that people don't know how to date. Jesus don't hook nobody up. He did that for Mary, for his son. There was a purpose for that. The Bible says, he that finds. Not he gonna find. So that means you gotta get out the house. You're in a perfect position. Now watch this. Let me blow your bubble. Hold on. So why you ain't dating? And you in a perfect industry.
No, I am dating.
You
I'm
dating? He know you here?
I ain't got nobody to tell.
Okay.
But I went on a date the other day.
How did it go?
It was okay.
He was nice?
It was interesting.
Why was it interesting?
Because it was one of those, I always keep a haircut. It was a last minute thing. So I said, let me see. I went to grab the phone to open up so I can see the picture, and he leaped across the table. I said, interesting. What's wrong? He said, well, I got something on my phone you want to see. Eventually it came out that it was sex videos in his phone with him and other women. I said, that ain't nothing. Like, at least I know you single and you're a man.
Right.
He said, well, what you thought I was going to say? I said, the way you acted, I thought you had you with penis videos in your phone. Because I live in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's my girl.
So it's a different breed.
Listen.
Huh?
Yeah.
I drove.
Let me tell you something, baby. Don't question. This is unity, baby. Ain't it? How they take trips.
We drive.
Going back to the story. It's getting good.
So after that, he decided, he said, well, since that's the vision that you have for me, or that's how you perceive me, then I feel like we don't need to move forward. I said, that's fine. Because if you took offense to that, there's something there.
Okay.
To me, that's like, I don't have to dig deeper in that.
Okay. Okay.
You want to learn, you want to meet your person within the next year?
Sure.
Meet me over at my table.
Okay. What time I need to be over?
No, what he's going to do, he's going to put up the information for his dating camp. He's going to put it up. Jameson, dating camp.
Oh, I thought you said pimp, dating pimp.
Shut up.
I thought you said what? Dating pimp?
But his dating
I would
camp.
be considered a dating pimp.
Camp. He's going to put it up. And so Jameson's going to put that up. In fact, go give that information for Jameson so that they can sign up. How do you meet people then? Because you're in the industry, how do you meet people, especially in Atlanta?
It's easy.
That
but
part.
I'm not always in Atlanta because I travel to different states.
So what I feel from you is that you're adventurous. What I feel from you is you're very confident. The problem with a lot of women who are not dating is they lack the confidence to date. You got to be confident to date by knowing who you are.
And most women don't know who they are, and they don't want to do the research. Like you guys were talking about the outside aesthetics of most men.
Yeah.
So if they come, because we do statistical studies on our clients.
Okay.
So if they come and he is the multiple six figures, 6 feet tall with the Rolls Royce, we can tell you off top, he's probably got 2 houses, a beach house, a wife, and 3.5 kids.
Right.
Because that's our average customer.
Right.
But the average chick is going to say, well, that's not what he said.
Right.
He don't have to.
Okay.
You got to research, and most women nowadays don't want to do that in-depth research in dating and collecting that data to find out who they're involved with.
Okay. So right now, you have a roster? That means
I wouldn't say I have a roster, but I communicate with people.
Okay, very good. Okay, very
good. So can I hold on now, MJ? Now wait a minute. Don't come back.
She's my friend.
Come back. All right. So listen. So I am great at what I do. It's like y'all great preachers. I be watching y'all. Like this is y'all calling.
Right.
This is my calling. I am great because I listen to what people aren't saying. Like I hear what you're saying, but I'm just listening to what they aren't saying. So you're having trouble in the dating pool, meaning you're ready to date. You're eligible. And it's not quite connected. It's been a few years, and you feel like, I got some things to offer. I'm just going to connect a couple of dots with you. I want you to come over to my table afterwards. I'm going to show you within 1 year's time, and some people are like, 1 year? Because, see, the reason I say 1 year is because there's stuff you got to learn. You got to learn how to do this. And furthermore, a lot of y'all, if Mr. Right came in here, or Miss Right, you ain't even ready for her.
Wow.
Or him. All right, so after this all said and done, we're going to talk deeper, okay?
Come on,
MJ, thank you for questioning. You doing all my preliminary work.
Hey, this is what
you're
I'm
doing all my preliminary work.
Get it. Speak to the mic.
I think, me put this down. I think that I find it out, just find it out. But I think some women are thirsty, or they don't know themselves. They're not confident in. They don't know their value as well. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I've seen in my.
Mm-hmm. They don't know that. Okay, so
You're talking about the green flag.
you talking about the green flag.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
red
yeah.
flag turning green.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times women give you more of the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
There's a level of women that by nature we are nurturers. By nature they are hunters. And so some of us are trying to give you the benefit of the doubt before you are found out.
Okay.
And so we try to understand just a little bit. However, it really depends on the woman, because even though those signs are there, I know women that if a man asks her to marry him tomorrow, they would. Okay, I caught you shaking your head. Come on up here. Yeah, you. Come on, because he said, yup. So you so quick to answer.
Okay.
Nah, come on. You got shades. You can hide behind it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, explain.
Huh?
Come on, Cletus.
Say it again.
Because you said it.
No,
I
I was
said
just-
women right now. I know conferences.
I mean, I'm married. I'm not single. I'm just here to, so, yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'm just here to support.
But
you can still answer. Okay. Where your wife at?
I definitely want you to hear from you, because if you marry, you know what that means? That means that there is a woman that you were willing to say, I do to. You were willing to say that I value this woman enough, because most of us want either committed relationship or marriage. And the truth is, just because you want a committed relationship don't mean you want to be married. I get that, because some of us has trauma around it. But what, from your perspective, and I want to ask other married guys in here, what would a woman have to become or be to you, for you to say, I value you enough to marry you?
Respect and a nurturer.
All right, so listen, ladies. The number one thing that men want is respect. Besides peace. All right, I would say the peace is one. As you get older, peace become number one. But respect for men is the number one thing. And one of the ways that a man knows a woman don't have respect is the way she talk to him. the way, I mean, she reckless with her mouth. I'm telling you, this is the reason why I am in high such demand, because the way she talks. So that's how a man determines whether you have respect. Now, even you're outspoken, but you have respect for this man. You have respect. You ain't gonna just say anything any kind of way. Okay? And what happens is some ladies feel like, I'm just gonna say it. You got to just take me for who I am.
Oh yeah.
And when you do that, when you're not willing to work on your communication, the man says you don't have respect for him.
And most men, if they look for if they have a good mother, they look for their mother in women, in the wife that they choose. So
they look for attributes.
Yeah,
now, they look for attributes.
Good attributes
of their mother and their wife. If they looking for their mother and their wife, that's a problem.
No, not like that.
No, I know what you're saying. Yeah. That's why I clarified, y'all.
No, exactly what
attributes.
I'm saying. You got to be specific.
And what they're talking about, what he means, let me break down what he means. When a man is looking for attributes in his wife that his mother has, what he means is the unconditional love that she showed him through his imperfections. That's what he said. Said. I just wanted to clarify what it meant.
So let's clarify something. What'd you say, baby?
No, I was saying that's the baseline.
Okay. Let's clarify something.
All right.
There's a new type of man today, and there's a new type of woman today. Okay. I ain't gonna do this by myself, y'all. I'm gonna say this. I ain't gonna go there quite there yet when we was upstairs, but it's coming. But the first type of man that I want to speak about is these men want wife benefits in a girlfriend title. Hold on. Look at all of the women's head. They like, yeah. They want it. And you want respect. And women, I hear my sister saying, well, you got to give respect first. And I think a lot of times what happens is, where did this come from? That they want all of the benefits of a wife and a girlfriend. And a girlfriend that they probably won't even marry. These new type of men, I'm going to get to the women too. They come with nothing. And unfortunately, not all of them. I know where you're going. Sometimes that ain't even good.
Well, he wasn't going there.
Hold on. Let me finish. Because they feel that they can only bring that to the table. She comes with the financial stability. She comes with the car. She comes with the credit. She comes with the house or the apartment. And if you piss her off, you and the dog got to go, and you only come in with a box. And the women have to do all the work.
No.
I ain't done yet. Hold up.
You gonna bust me? You bust me upside the head.
Y'all talk to me.
No.
And that's why a lot of women are more afraid. They want to date, they want to get married, but damn.
But hold on, MJ. Listen. See that what you just did. What you're doing right now is you're spouting what these women nowadays, that's what they're saying. Here's the thing. So now they're saying it gives them a license to be disrespectful. No, hold on. Because what's happening is, because the man doesn't bring to the table.
That's not our fault.
No, but what you're saying is, what you're really saying is because a man don't bring to the table everything that I'm bringing. So
help me understand. No. So it means I respect men. Don't get me wrong.
I know you do.
But you mean to tell me that just because you a man, I gotta respect you and do everything you say when you ain't got a pot to piss in and the window to throw it out of?
But respecting
no, wait a minute. Now come on now.
But respecting you is not because you're doing
it.
But see, if you dating a man,
that's where it's wrong.
But here's the problem: if you dating a man that you got to do everything, that's a problem in itself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the most of the men.
Get him a mic.
Hey, most of the men. Al, I want you to do something. Would you come over there for a minute? Would you come over there? Okay, I'm gonna put you up. I want you to answer this right here. Most of the men that I coach, because I coach men too.
Okay.
Now listen to me closely. Put the camera on me. Put the camera on me. Because MJ, this her house, but I can slide this in when I can. All right. Understand this. That because women are brilliant, they're making more money than ever. They are super successful. What is happening is, in a society where women control 73% of the buying decisions in America, what happens is many of them feel like, because I make more money than you, I got a house, my own house, I'm doing all of that, I ain't got to listen to bleep you say. And the truth is, I see it every day. And because of that, a lot of them, unbeknownst to them, because it's subconscious, is they have adopted this mentality of this, they've adopted this masculine energy that men don't want to put up with. Yo, a lot of women are beautiful, they making money, yet they single because the man don't want to deal with the masculine energy they're putting out.
Okay, oh wait, hold on now. Hold on. That ain't our fault.
Yeah, it is your fault. You can't absolve them of responsibility.
That's not all.
It is your fault.
No, say that again.
It is your fault.
Say about the responsibility. Say that again.
You cannot. Okay, let me ask you a question.
That's not.
Can I hold on? If I go out and rob somebody. All right, I go out and rob somebody, and I say it wasn't my fault. Your door was open.
No,
it wasn't my fault.
You're blaming us.
Your door was open. I'm not blaming you.
So you're saying, statistically speaking, because we've been put in a better predicament, that's our fault.
No, what I'm saying, your masculine energy.
No, it's not a masculine energy.
Fault.
It's not a masculine energy. We were put in a position we didn't sign up for.
What you mean you were putting them? Hold on.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
That does not give you the right. Hold on.
Right.
Because we were put in a position, and you're right. I agree about that.
But that's still.
I believe the woman's aggression comes in when she's taken for granted. She's given all of this,
Michelle,
and we're in this relationship, but yet we're taking.
See
for
what
granted
y'all are doing?
That.
You know what y'all do? You know what that's like? Can I tell y'all what that's like? That's like me, a married man saying, my wife ain't gave me none in 3 weeks. And because you ain't gave me none in 3 weeks, I'm going to hit something else. No. And I say, that's not my fault. That's what this sounds like.
No, let me help you with something.
You know he been a bum, though. Huh? Like, you know he been a bum.
Right.
So you chose that bum.
Right.
Okay.
So it's your responsibility. You said yes to that bum, right? You said yes to that bum. And you got the house, you got the car, and you got the money, but you said yes to the bum.
But wait a minute.
So why you upset with him of him being a bum?
No, I'm not upset. Listen. That's not what I'm saying. Watch this. No. Let me help you. Let me help you. Go ahead. No, because I'm gonna shut all this down in a minute. Go ahead.
Come on.
First of all, I gotta talk to these young men because they don't know what they're talking about, Pastor. What we're saying is, she did not say that you're going to disrespect the man.
Right.
Okay? A woman that's independent, that has done things on her own, it is some predator-type men that will try to attach themselves to you for you to accept them being, as you call it, a bum. Now, I'm not calling nobody a bum, but if you're struggling, you watching me for what I have or what I've worked for, I'm not going to disrespect you, but you can't attach you and your garbage bag to me so I can continue to build you up.
Right. Dating
That's
is
what that
very
is.
scary
it's
now.
Not
Wait
disrespect.
a minute. I want to go back to the masculine energy. Dating is very difficult because you look at the scale and you see what comes to the table and you see who is the table. But wait a minute. But this is where I'm going to help you understand. Okay.
Help me understand. And can I help you understand afterwards?
Oh, no, we will.
Okay,
We're going to work together. A woman can find a man who makes $25,000 a year. I'm going to say that, and she can have a 6-figure. And it can work. It can work if he balances her out. When he tips the scale, when he comes in with a demand, because he's a man, that you better do A, B, C, and D, because he got the penis. Wait a minute. But when he comes and he tries to, watch this, when he comes in and he helps maintain, when he comes in and he's loving, when he comes in and he is working with sweat equity, but when he come in and he arrogant and he prideful and he demanded and he kicking the door waving the 4-4, you better believe he gonna hear Jameliah, don't hit me no more. Because when a man loves a woman, there is no fear, because perfect love casts out all fear. I ain't got to worry about him pushing me around. I ain't got to worry about him taking all I got. Because you could balance a very strong woman with simply being respectable, kind, gentle. Help me maintain it. Help me. If I got a house, pay a light bill. If it's trash, take it out. It's just a balance. That's all we want is balance.
You ready? So we're going to have this debate. So We're going to have this debate. I know this your house, and
This ain't my house. This is the bishop
I'm
house.
busy. I know Bishop too. Bishop. Now, let me just say this. Please listen to what I'm saying.
Come on.
I want you to. I want to explain it from a psychological perspective. I get this is an emotional, triggering issue for men and women. I get that, but let me take it a different place because I believe. Let me start with what I believe. I've helped men level up. I've helped women level up. I believe that we all have to level up to be better. But I want you to understand the psychology behind it. So I just so you understand it. A man, we grow up in a society where, understand this, both men and women have masculine and feminine energy. Let me explain what that is. Masculine energy, just to put a simple cap on it, masculine energy is the energy of doing, accomplishments, deadline, ambition, all right? That masculine energy is the energy of doing. We live in a masculine grid, our business. And women have adopted that because they're good in business. So we remember what I said. Both of us have both of them. But we grow up in an environment where we have been adopted the energy that was prevalent in us. So feminine energy is the energy of being, creativity, flow, nurturing. All right, now listen to what I'm saying. Those two energies everybody has. Men who have been reared in a way of masculine energy since we were young. Why do they tell the 7-year-old boy, if you fall and get hurt, you don't cry, you suck it up, all right? You suck it up. So men have been taught, as from a little boy, to have masculine energy, right? A man has been taught also, when he sees masculine energy in another man, he knows what to do. He knows. Either he confronts it, or he says, the risk is too much, I'm backing away from it. Right? He knows what to do. The problem I'm having, and this is what, I am not saying that it is bad or good. I don't use those terms. I just say it's working or not working. When a man sees masculine energy in the woman he loves, he does not know what to do with it. Because think about this. If on the streets, if he sees masculine energy, what do men say? We know masculine energy meets masculine. That's when people say energy meets energy. I get it. Let me match the energy. A man, the woman I love, I am not supposed to match that energy. I don't know what to do with it. So what some men do, they argue all the time with their women. I'm going to meet this masculine energy because she been on the job all day giving orders, and it works. She been on a job all day. She making things happen. But when she comes home, she does not know how to balance it. And she stays in the masculine role. She stays in that masculine energy. And let me finish. I'm almost done. Let me finish. And then she stays in the masculine energy. But the man don't know how to deal with that. So what he does, it becomes an argument. Or some men, they say, oh, just forget it. I'm going to go to my own. I don't even want to deal with it. And so what happens is now they don't communicate at all. And look, it ain't about right or wrong. I see this every single day. And what I'm simply saying, what I say, I had a couple recently that I helped get through this. What I'm saying to them, it ain't about right or wrong, y'all. It is about, is it working or not working? That's all. That is all, y'all. And I just explained to them that was what I just explained to you, what was happening. And he said, that part, that's the part I have not been able to share with her. They changed their communication. She's still making things happen. He's still doing his part, working. He just don't make as much money as her. But their relationship is so loving now because now they understand that both of them, she wanted him to step up too. So there were times she said, look, I need you to be more masculine. But what has happened is he has allowed her to take that role. You know why? Because when he tried to take it though, now hold on. This is the part I need y'all to understand. When he tried to take leadership, she wouldn't allow it.
But you use the
You know
word,
why she wouldn't allow it?
You use the word try to take.
No, try to take the leadership.
Hold on, bro. Try to take. When the right man comes, she submits it. She submits it.
Okay.
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. I'm speaking for the African American woman who is aggressive, masculine energy. She talk too much, she too loud, whatever the case may be. Then they run over and they go get white women and they find out that that's a whole different set of problems and they think that that's the most submissive thing. No, even a rabbit will fight if you block it in the corner. But when you find a man that knows how to handle that, she yields, baby. And I don't care what happens, the right man will bring out your schoolgirl.
See, here's the problem.
She will be so soft.
Here's the problem with that. Here's the problem with that.
And
we just ain't gonna agree, but here's the problem with that. The problem with that is, why is it that because if you are masculine and I gotta do something for you to become something.
No,
but that's what I'm saying. That's just what you're saying.
Wait a minute. No, but you're contradicting yourself. Because relationship is not just give and take. It's a compromise. And so in the area when you know him, there are areas that you will back down because he's strong in that area. He may be strong in some areas that a masculine woman is not. And so therefore, what I'm saying to you is, yeah, you gotta, when a woman, especially black women, when that man comes, he does have to give us something because she's so used to getting hell from everything and everybody. So show me something different that I can submit myself to, because I'm so busy running things and doing stuff. You gotta give me something to make me be a girl.
But
it's an impartation. Women are receivers.
Well, no, but here's the thing, though. I gotta give you something. But even if I give it to you, MJ, even if I give it to you, you know what happens? What happens is, when is it enough that I've proven myself? And here's what I say. I say this. I tell everybody, if that man has that, and that's why masculine women get with beta men a lot of times. Because, and this is no knock on women or men, what it is people are unwilling to change. Because I've been doing it this way. I've been taking stuff. I've been taking charge. I've been doing it this way so long. I like the way I do it. What I found is, if the man does not do it the way she wants it done,
that's not necessarily true.
I'm just telling you what I found.
So let me say this.
You come to the
hold on. Let me say this. First of all, I understand what you're saying from the perspective that most men don't want to meet up with a woman that has masculine energy. I'm not talking about how you defined it. I'm talking about more so of an aggressive attitude, right? And I understand what my wife is saying. Okay, if you don't have these certain things, you don't have the things that I respect you as a man to have, then you really can't really put a demand on how I act. And the way that I see this holistically is the way that I have been. I've always been. Now, I may be meek as far as here, but I'm a very aggressive, masculine man. And when it comes to other men that may be masculine, that's always a fight to me. Now, my wife, you can see that she has that energy, but I know how to deal with that energy, right? So I'm not gonna meet her, because if I know who I am, I don't have to roar.
I agree.
Right? When you know who you are, you ain't gotta try to do that. If a man is meeting a woman and the woman is aggressively coming at him, or they can't get in that space together, they don't need to be together.
I agree.
That's just a wrong match. The black community as a whole, our women have masculine energy. Our men have masculine energy. We are hunters. We have a woman that's a hunter, because that's what she said. That's what she spoke about earlier. Then we got a man, and sometimes there's a switch, but I don't think that there's a perfect. There's no perfect way to put together these types of circumstances. You either have to become or you have to conform. And if there's some value in it, you can fix it. But yes, I understand what Coach Ken is saying, that there are and a lot of these men, I gotta admit, a lot of these men, they're coming to get something. They're not coming to bring something.
I'm not talking about those kind.
But that's who she's talking about. Right. She's talking about the ones that really have no equity.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that.
Right?
We talking about two.
You're talking about when a person does have equity. Now a good man that has that now, and let me say this. Even with me being a good man, I still had to go through her transformation. Yeah. Because there are attributes of me as a man that still gonna make her go off, because she has to be able to trust that.
I agree with that.
So she didn't just bring down that energy. And I told her, I said to her that at some point she'll have to yield it to me. I ain't finna try to take nothing. Right. You can't take nothing from a masculine woman, or you can't take nothing from a woman that has her own. She gonna yield it, she gonna lay it down, or y'all gonna fight. And I know I wasn't finna fight. So I was gonna do what I had to do. I'll fight a man. I'm gonna meet him with it. We gonna get it. We gonna do it. But with a woman, especially an African American woman that does have her own place, she has her own place, she has her own title, she has her own thing. A man has to come at a certain level. And this is why my wife is she's so fiery about this. Because in our community, we do have a lot of women, and they have this aggressiveness. But this aggressiveness comes from people that have done them wrong.
Well, can I say this to you, Bishop? Yeah. I'm not disputing any of that.
Oh, no.
And what I'm talking about is the men I coach. And I've coached a lot of good men. I'm not talking about the F-boys. I'm not talking about them. I'm not talking about the men who are trying to get over. I'm speaking for the man that says, I want a good relationship. I want a woman that's going to love me. And you are absolutely right when you said this. And I've explained this a million times. You cannot take the leadership role. She has to give it to you.
Right.
She has to give the role to you. No, even when y'all just get in a relationship, she has to allow you to lead her. Now, the only thing that I'm simply saying is this, is that I think our disagreement in this country is that we're talking about two different types of dudes. Yeah. I'm not talking about the dude that's just trying to come get over. I'm not talking about him.
And I wanted to say this in that. I'm talking about the same type of good man, right?
Right.
That meets that woman. And a good man that meets that woman, that sees that value, has to give her time.
He has to give her time, but she got to give him time too.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So when it's met, because you got to realize most of the time when you're meeting somebody like that, they don't need nothing from you. You can't come in there with your chest poked out.
Yeah, that's right.
That's all I'm saying.
True, and that's a great point. Yeah. Neither one of them, the man I'm talking about, he don't need your money. Most men, and this is the misnomer, most men don't care about a woman's money. Most men don't give a crap about a woman's, unless he's trying to use you. Unless he's trying to use you. Yeah. You wanted to say something, AP? Hey, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just want to add everything that you guys are talking about. I've been married 24 years. And whenever me and my wife got married, she's very strong, keen on my wife, go get her, go at you, that type of thing. But one thing she told me that put me on notice, she said, Alan, it's easy for me to submit to you because you are totally submitted to God. She said, it's easy. She said, I know your head, I know where you go to, and I know where you get your directions for our house as a man.
Right.
She said, so it's so easy for me to submit to you. I just wanted to say that, because I hear you guys going back and forth and everything about that.
Dialogue.
But, this could be to the guys. Get your life together.
Be submitted first.
Yeah, be submitted to God first. Take that to the table with a good submitted woman, and it will be easy for you guys to exist in that relationship.
That's good.
I think, and I like this fiery dialogue. It's good because it's making a lot of people think. And you're talking about biblically where the Bible says, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and laid down his life for it. The problem that I see in my community is that the only people laying down in life is the black woman. And unfortunately, we have to hold so much And I think that together we could really be something if we both be on one accord, that survival instincts for good relationship requires us both to sacrifice. Men have to realize that when you're dealing with women who are the aggressors, women who are doing things, and we know about to run the world in a sense, that we need the connection. Nothing works without a negative or a positive. The other day, my husband was putting batteries in my daughter's flashlight, and I took it out there. I said, baby, I can't do this. And so what he did is he took the batteries, he put the negative down, he put the positive down, and it worked. But before the light came on, he had to switch it and make sure that each one of them were laid appropriately. Negative and positive work. The dynamic for us as African American women who are aggressive, the dynamic is negative and positive. It's yin and yang. It is a personality that understands, I ain't gonna fight with you. I'm gonna love you. No, we ain't got to fight about who's in charge. I am going to show you who can lead. It's not about being in charge. It's about following the leader. And no matter how much money a woman makes or whatever she is, Kamala Harris' husband's name is Doug. We all know that, whether you like it or not. His name is Doug. And believe it or not, even though her position is, there is a man that is leading her that she has to yield to. A woman wants to yield. We want to baby, let me tell you something. This man got to be careful what he says to me, because I'm going to make sure he get it. Fred got to be careful what he says in my presence, because I'm going to make sure he get it. Why? Because I'm yielded to him. He didn't come with 6 figures. He didn't come with 9 castles. He didn't come with concubines. He better not. He didn't come with nothing. He came and he said to me, he said, keep your shoes on. Keep them on. He said, because when I'm done, you're going to take them off. And you know what I do? I take them off. And not only do I take off my shoes, I get on my knees and take off his. Because he showed me something. And the African-American woman wants to see something. She wants to know, can you love me? She wants to know, can you be gentle with me? She wants to know, can I cry? She wants to know, can you understand that I may have abandonment issues, but I don't need you to be my daddy. But I need your nurturing. And we're not angry all the time. We really are not. I say we're misunderstood, and we're not angry black women. We're not all of us. If you would take time to get to know us like you understand your PlayStation. If you would take time to get to understand that I'm going through something and I know you didn't do it, but I'm still hurting. The bottom line with the black man is he got to go back to understanding what it is to nurture.
So we're going to go back again. Just like she said with the black woman, let me tell you what the black man wants.
Let's hear it.
The black man, the good black man wants a woman that's going to communicate with him and that's going to communicate with him respectfully. A good black man wants a woman to tell him what he is, not what he isn't. Because all of you going to tell me, you don't spend enough time with the kids. You don't do this. You don't do that. But a good black man wants to know what he is and not what he isn't. A good black man is tired of people telling him, he's tired of his woman telling him, you don't do this enough. You're not like this other person. So he's tired of being compared to everybody else. When he go out there and got to get hell in the streets, he got to deal with racism. He got to fight them. And then he got to fight his woman when he come home. A good black man don't want a woman that's going to tell him every time he make a mistake, yeah, I messed up $10,000, but I'm going to work overtime to get it right again. But if you're going to dog me for the next 10 years till I'm old and gray. A good black man wants you to give him sex and tell him you love him. I don't want to withhold sex and use it like a weapon and say, because you didn't take out the trash, I ain't going to give you none of this. Okay? A good black man don't want to hear that, oh, the pastor did this and the pastor did that, but you didn't do nothing. A good black man is tired of that too, y'all. Just like the woman, everything she said is valid, what the woman wants.
So here's the Achilles heel. What do we do? Because there is a problem when it comes down to dating and connecting. There's a problem here.
I agree.
And even though I think society did not help, welfare did not help, and there's a different type of man here too. Because a lot of these women are fighting men that don't want them anyway. They want to be in gay relationships. And I'm not disputing.
No, you telling the truth. You ain't lying. You telling the truth.
No, I respect people who are openly living their lifestyle. There's somebody to get with one of my sisters and no good and doggone well you don't want her. You want her brother Bill. No, let's talk about it.
No, let's talk about it. You're right. You telling the truth.
We dealing with a lot. No, we're dealing with a lot here. Women are dealing with a lot here. What y'all crying for?
No, listen.
We're dealing with a lot here.
She telling the truth.
I'm telling the truth.
You telling the truth.
Let's be honest. Live your truth and stop doing this to women. Stop it. No, you lived in your hand. Come to the mic.
I like that.
Yeah, come on.
Come on to the mic. You know me and you know each other. You know we know each other.
Go ahead.
So what I was saying was, as a good black woman, all we want to do is be a co-pilot. Sometimes I just want to be the passenger. I just want to be in the passenger in your seat. If you got a pickup truck, I don't care. I just want to be the passenger. Because we make decisions, even with the masculine, feminine energy, where I feel like that comes from is because we've had to take care of kids. So when the dad decided to leave and the ex-husband decided to leave, we had to take over. So sometimes that's where that masculine energy comes from. But to the right person, I can be very soft. I can be a passenger with no problem, and I just want to be a co-pilot. That's all I got to say.
So I wanted to say, I'm glad you said that. It's not till a man, I'm going to just speak, I ain't trying to, wherever y'all at. But, because we got, it's good, ain't it?
This is so good.
I wanted to say from the perspective of a man that had not had a woman, that you have gone through somebody that did not have vision, was not a co-pilot, and you was trying to do it by yourself. So a man has to appreciate when the Lord gives him a woman that has vision, that even in what you may call masculine energy, at least you ain't trying to push the cart by yourself. You have to remember these things also, because sometimes what you want ain't what you need. And I think a lot of people get themselves in trouble when we start trying to make a description for something. And this is why God has to find somebody for you, because you can make a description, but only he knows what you need and how they need to be with you. Because a lot of people, they with somebody, but they still doing it by themselves.
Wow. That's good. Now, what do you do? Now, what I would love for the single people to do is to make a list of what you do desire. Do you really know? I remember years ago, this was a long, long time ago, where someone asked me, they said, what would you do if a man came along and you didn't have to fix them? What would you do if a woman came along and you didn't have to fix her, brothers? What would you do? And I think a lot of time what happens is you really don't know what you want. What are your requirements? Do you know? Or are you going to find someone and just take it day by day? That's risky. When you have no idea what you desire. Even the Bible says, I'll give you the desires of your heart. How come you don't know what those are? But yet still, you're out here fellowshipping. And sometimes you say, whatever happens, happens. How many do that? Whatever happens, happens. Okay, when you're fellowshipping and it doesn't work out, you can't get mad because you said, whatever happens, happens.
Without a vision.
Without a vision, people perish. Answer, Michelle.
I don't go into it with whatever happens, happens, because I don't want to waste my time. So when I'm collecting that data and we're just fellowshipping, you know whether or not this thing is going to work, if there's a potential for a long-lasting relationship. I've made it my business now to be more intentional about not misjudging a man based on what I see as a mistake that I would have judged somebody from my past with. Okay. I give a person now time to show me themselves. I'm patient more now with a man because I do want him to be vulnerable with me. I want him to get to trust me. Mm-hmm. And I give him that time to build that. Now I understand what it is to build. Right. And put in that work. Mm-hmm. It takes patience. It takes intent. So I'm more patient now. I listen. Mm-hmm. I don't jump to a conclusion, but I allow them to explain that which I don't understand. I ask questions and not assume.
There you go.
So I had to learn that because I know that I pushed some good people away, and some people I pushed away, it was good that I pushed them away. But now... But and that's true. It was good that I pushed them away. But now I'm in a place, and I think I had my eureka moment, and the light bulb came on for me because I'm home a lot, and I like being at home, and it was just so quiet in my house, like it always is. But then I was going up the stairs, and I heard a voice say, "It's not good for man to be alone." I said, I said, Lord, you're right. This has got to stop. Mm-hmm. So I had to make a decision within me. What are you going to do to make your dating life better? What are you going to do different that will put you in a better position to maybe be found? What are you going to do? So I had to take a look at me and stop looking at everybody else.
I want to ask, I just want 5 people to throw out how long they've been single. I need 5 people. You didn't got to stand up. Just 5 people. Throw out, you've been single for how many years? 1. Oh, wait, hold on. Dang. Okay, say it again. 2 years. 8 years. A year and a half. Go ahead. 4 years. 15 years. 13 years. 4 years.
I love the unity. I'm telling you that. Unity gonna tell it.
Wow. There is something that I love to bring to your attention. That there are some people who have selfished themselves to live in singleness. You have selfished yourself to singleness. That means you've only created a space for you. That is dangerous. At first, it's peaceful. But after a number of years, it's selfish because you have created a safe haven that nobody can dwell in but you. And everyone that comes in your life will become so annoying that if they use the wrong fork, you out of there.
And then too, that place that we've created that we say is safe for ourselves, it becomes no longer safe. It's like a prison. It's a self-made prison.
That's good. That's good. I got a question. Al, would you step up for a minute? So Al has been in a relationship, he's one of my friends, but you've been divorced. For those of you who want to love again, I want to talk about that. What advice, because we've been friends a long time, and you're one of the smartest men I know, and what made you, how were you able to give yourself permission to love again? Because there were some things that went wrong, to trust again. Because there are some people out there who are at that place, and you've been married, I know, a long time since. but I want you to speak to that.
Yeah, just like Brother Palmer, I've been married 24 years, but with 2 different women. So, because of the divorce. Right. So for me, I've still been married that length of time. But the thing about it, you really have to work on yourself. And that was the issue in my first marriage, which, you know, you and I, we talk all the time candidly. Actually, you was there. So, and I've shared with you, I shouldn't have got married because I was more at a space where, because this is where I'm at in my life, I'm at this age, I have this business, this is the next step, getting married. Watching my parents being married, up teen number of years, this is the next phase. So you meet a nice woman, you say, okay, you look nice, we want to be together, let's get married. It's more the infatuation of being married as opposed to wanting to be with a person to be married. So you really have to work on yourself first. And once I got past that part, then I was able to move forward.
Was it difficult for you after you went through the divorce? Because that's ugly. I mean, it hurts. All right. And there was a part of you, whether you want the divorce or not, you didn't envision your life that way. When you met the new person that you're with, and I know her, she's that bomb, but what made you say, okay, I learned something different. I'm able to do it again with a different mindset. Even though you had worked on yourself, there was still some fear there.
Yeah. So my marriage now, the person I met, we were friends. Me and my first wife, we were never friends. And I think that's the part that people misunderstand, where you say, okay, we're dating, we having fun, we enjoy each other's company, but are you friends? Meaning, when times get tough and things happen, I more so want to be with my friend. I'm going to be there for my friend versus my husband or my wife. So in my current marriage, we're friends.
Yeah, I know, y'all are.
And it started that way.
Yes.
And I never looked at her as, because I just came out of divorce. Marriage was the last thing on my mind. But then I met somebody that was a friend. And then over time, you get to knowing this person and say, you know what? This is now my companion. Not even a wife. She's my companion. And then it grew into a marriage.
So I thank you for that.
Thanks, sir.
We got to wrap up, and people like, please keep going, but we got to wrap up because we're going to just have a social and eat some pizza. And, Ken is going to put up how to really join his boot camp.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. I'm doing 2 things. I'm doing a 5-day communication challenge. Y'all notice I talk a lot about communication. And this 5-day communication challenge, I am going to teach people you can say anything to anybody if you learn how to say it the right way. Now, I may not like what you say, but I really want to still communicate with you even though you said it. My wife was the type of person, she's gotten a lot better. 17 years ago, we were headed for divorce court. We were done. We couldn't talk to each other. Everything I said irritated her. Everything she said irritated me. And it was one day, I don't know if you know the quick story about how $7 saved my marriage. And when we went out and we went to this drive-thru at Wendy's, I ain't had but $7. I had just come off a reality show, and we wasn't talking in the car. You know how you mad? She looking out her window, I'm looking out my window. And she says, one thing we had in common, we were both hungry at the time. And she was like, pull over in this Wendy's, right? I sang up for $7. That's all I wanted to say to her. And it was just so happens that it was Whopper Jr., Wendy's Jr., $2.99. It was $6 and some change. And she says, pull over into a parking space. I'm like, for what? She said, we're gonna stay here till we figure out what's wrong with us. We stayed there 2 hours and 42 minutes. So we stayed there so long that the people in Wendy's walked out twice. They wanted to make sure that, people were still breathing in the car. And so during that time, I realized something. I was a poor communicator. She was a poor communicator. and we established a conflict resolution system that saved our marriage. And I knew it took us a couple of years to still get it back right into where I am today, but I realized there was a greater calling for me. And that's why I'm putting these relationships together, but it all starts with communication. Right. Even me and you talking about this, because we're both passionate about it, people might think we arguing about it. And what happens is, I know we're not arguing about it, but what happens is when you don't know how to communicate, and then you view everything through the lens of, you either got to agree with me or we mad at each other.
Right. Wow.
Do you see what I'm saying? So every relationship is not devoid of disagreements.
Right.
And here's what I want to say, the reason why I did it. I say disagreements are inevitable. That's right. But arguments are optional.
Wow. Say that again. Come on, say that again.
Disagreements are inevitable. Me and my wife disagree but arguments are optional.
Wow.
We rarely argue. But we disagree about stuff, and we've learned how I communicate with her the way she is. Y'all communicate with each other. I just been around y'all since y'all communicate with each other the way the other person is and can receive. And unless you learn that, and I'm going to teach y'all, number one, if you dating, I'm going to teach you how to ask questions.
That's right.
I'm going to teach you the difference between interrogation and communication.
Wow.
When you in conflict, when you in a relationship, I'm going to teach you how to tell the person they don't sexually satisfy you.
Wow.
I'm going to teach you how to say it in a way that the other person don't believe that you're my adversary. They believe it's us against the problem.
Wow. That's good.
And so that's what the 5-day
come on, I know we got up on the screen.
And look, if you snap, you can't even order it off there because the people here can order it. So here's what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to go to, I'm going to give you the link to where they can join. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to give y'all the link. So, okay, you going to put the link up? I'm going to give you the link to join our challenge. For everybody here, if you wanted to join the challenge, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do today. If anybody joins my challenge, I'm going to give you something free. I'm going to give you my book. I'm going to give you a game. I'm going to give you something. Because I believe in relationships. And I appreciate, first of all, let me say this to y'all. I appreciate y'all.
We appreciate
Can I tell you why, though? I need y'all to hear this. I need y'all to hear this. You know, I like you from even time with me and Michelle, man. You know why I told her? I said, I like y'all, Pastor. You know why I like her? Because she real. I said, here's the thing. In the church, I grew up in Pentecostal, Southern Pentecostal. I'm saved and love God. I might cuss when I get out of here.
Amen.
But I'm going to tell people, I said, God has got me on a mission, but here's what I like about y'all. Y'all are so authentic. People are hurting out there. Right. Y'all, they are hurting. They are tired of fake people. They're tired of fake people out there acting like they got it all together. The truth is we all messed up and all trying to evolve, y'all.
Right,
but we don't want to invest in ourselves. And you all taking this time to invest in your people,
all day.
I appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
And thank you for asking me to let me be a part of this.
Thank you. We really appreciate you. We really want people to have healthy connections. I am a firm believer of conflict resolution, and I really want people to understand that you can have love again, or you could have it, but you got to do something about it. This is what we want you to do. We want you to get out of the house.
Yes. That's true.
Yeah, right, King?
You got to be foundable.
Y'all got to get out
You
the
have
house.
to be foundable, y'all.
Come on.
Stop thinking. When you said earlier today, what did you say the worst statement ever is, if God want me, what did you say? I'm going to wait on God. Right.
Forever.
I'm going to wait on. But God says faith without works is dead. Y'all got to do something.
Yeah.
You got to get the knowledge. So when you meet the person, you know how to talk to them. You got to get out of your house.
And you know what the problem is? They don't get out the house. They don't date. They don't find anyone, and then they get mad at God. Right. You can't blame him because you didn't want to take the bus. You can't blame him because you didn't want to go to a game. Go to the beach. Get in the tub. Get in the tub.
For real, y'all.
For real.
For real, y'all.
Get in the tub. Some of y'all got to get out the house. get yourselves together, wash yourselves, put on some nice.
On that note.
Put on some. I told, look, watch this. Shut up, Michelle. How many of y'all, ladies, how many of y'all just go to see a play? Okay, when was the last time y'all went to go see a play? Last year. Who's never gone to a play? You never went to a play before? You never went to a play? You never went to a play. Who else never went to a play? Okay, you going on a play, because we're going to make it happen. Michelle, I'm going to get you and three of y'all. Three of y'all. You never been to a play? No? Dang. Okay, everybody that hasn't gone to a play, right there, I want you to get their information. I'm going to pay to take y'all to a play. Y'all going to go by yourself. Y'all going to have a play. And y'all going to get dressed. You're going to go to a play. Watch this. How many of y'all go out with your friends drinking? What? What the problem is? We adults, right? Right. Okay. Do you know that the Ritz-Carlton, I think it's on Thursday nights. Did you know that? Get out the house. Do something. Don't be so spiritually minded till you know earthly good. When was the last time y'all just did something out of the box? When was the last time y'all just went on a girls' trip? Don't nobody love the Lord more than me, but I'm a realist. Some of y'all just need to go to the beach. I don't give a dang what them people say. Put your two-piece on, and if that's the body you got, that's the body they get. Go to the beach.
Yes.
Right? Go to the beach. You know how many people attack me for wearing a two-piece? Go to the beach. You got to do, thank you, boo-boo. Do something. And so I'm asking y'all got to do something. Now, you got you sitting there. You in the back, right there. You said you never been to a play before. What's your name? You married? You good. Congratulations. You dating? Hey, Marcus, brother.
I want to come to y'all.
You taking her out to eat. Now, whether you like it or not, you're going. Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. You taking her out to eat. Go in there and get some petty cash and take him out to eat. I'm going to tell you why I'm doing this. Y'all forgot to have conversations. Because when you're divorced, single, widow, you forgot to have communication. You don't know what it is. I'm not saying it's going to turn into something, but just to be an environment where you're just talking about something other than the Lord, than your mama, your daddy, and what did the dog eat today? It's just dinner. And hold on. This is the problem with people. Y'all don't know how to eat them wings and shut up. Just go have something to eat. It don't mean, what I say, sister got a what? How many people I say that to? Sister got to eat. I don't even care if it's Dutch. Go out and eat. Because you got to get used to having conversations with people. And you forgot. So it's not they're going to be holding hands and, she ain't going to be slobbing him down and all of that stuff. They just going to have something to eat. And he going to drop her off. Some of y'all forgot what it is to even let somebody take you anywhere. It's just to get the whole notion of getting out of the house and dating. Okay? I'm not saying that nothing going to happen. He ain't got to be attracted to her. She ain't got to be attracted to him. Just go out and eat. You want a companion, some of you. Don't mean that y'all going to be walking down the aisle. Most men ain't going to marry you after 9 years of dating anyway. He ain't going to marry you. Matter of fact, how long it take anyway?
It just depends on connection. So I'm going to leave y'all with this is the last thing I'm going to say. The last thing, I promise. And then I'm going to talk to people over there. I'm going to say this right here. I want you to understand how a man thinks, right?
Okay.
A man most men, I'm not going to say every man, men don't think about commitment like women do, right? A woman does a thing what we call future pacing. Future pacing, they think about the future. I can see myself with him. I can see us buying a house. That's not how men think. I can see myself, okay? But here's what men do. And this is why it's important to stay present in the moment. Just go to have fun. If you just having dinner, have dinner. Men, listen, I'm gonna sit up. Men focus on how you make them feel when they're with you. Listen to what I'm saying. The more a man feels good when he's around you, the more he wants to be around you.
Wow.
And what ends up happening is he don't want to be without you. Then he commits to you. That's what happened to you and your wife. Because think about it. I'm just going over the process. I'm just taking you through. You said we started out as friends. I like being around her. Then we were companions. Man, she made me laugh. I know y'all laugh. Then all of a sudden, he got to the point where he did not want to experience his life without her in it. Yeah. Then he committed to her. That's right. That is how it happens, y'all. So when you think about, there are some men who come and say, I want to get married. And they are very intense. I want to get married. I'm looking for my mind. That happens too. But most men say, that's why I tell y'all, teach my people in my academy, focus on being present. Because you know what, y'all too, y'all had fun together. Mm-hmm. You liked being around. He liked being around you. I know he did. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because the more he was around you, the more he wanted to be around you. Mm-hmm. And the more he wanted to be around you, ultimately he said, I don't want to be without you.
He told my sister that. He said, I can't see my life.
I can't see my life without you.
But that's
because
the
of what you want to become.
But during this whole dating thing, the first thing they tell these women is they looking for a wife.
Now, and the truth of the matter is, that's the lie, because most women, they think that's what you want to hear.
All right.
And some men are looking for a relationship, a committed relationship. Don't get it twisted. They are. But most men, if I'm telling you I'm looking for a wife and I can't even spend time with you just having dinner because we ain't got nothing to come. That's why I like what you said. Mm-hmm. Just go have dinner and just see. Because we don't know. Mm-hmm. We don't know, y'all. Most of the women I've put together in a marriage, can I tell you this true? And then my last thing, I promise. Last thing, most of them did not look like what they envisioned in their head.
Yeah.
Almost none of them. So what I tell you, keep an open mind, an open heart, and give yourself permission to love again.
All right. So we're going to wrap this thing up, but I want to do something fun. I normally do an icebreaker, but I'm going to end with this. Name some things that people are tired of hearing in the dating process. Case in point. Women are tired of getting text message. WYD.
They still do that.
That's an immediate block.
All right, single people. Michelle said that's an immediate block. Come up here and share, ladies.
Yes.
What you doing? WYD. Women are sick of it. Send me a picture. Women sick of that. Come on, y'all single people. Come on. Tell me one, brother. Come on. Somebody, y'all scared? I told you don't be scared.
Good morning, beautiful.
Good morning, queen. Go ahead. No, come on. Grand Rising, beautiful. Huh? Okay, everybody can't talk. Somebody come to the mic. We tired of, look, come on. They tired of hearing what you doing. Grand Rising, beautiful. Send me a picture. Ghosted. You got some sexy lips. When I'ma see you? Let's Netflix and chill. What else are y'all tired of hearing?
It's me, not you.
Ooh.
No, because when you ever hear when a man is not coming, I could give y'all 1 million of these. A dude like he don't really want to commit, and he's like, it's not you, it's me.
Wow.
It's not you. I'm working through some stuff.
Okay, give us some soft out music, please, Jameson. What is another thing y'all tired of hearing, ladies and gentlemen? That's just who I am. Okay, brothers, what about you, brothers? What y'all tired of hearing? I'm not going to Cheesecake Factory. I'm not looking for a relationship, but
I'm not going 50-50.
I'm not going 50-50. What's another one? Lunch on you, question mark. Oh, really? So women do that to you, lunch on you, question mark? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, wait. Hold up. Oh, now we gonna end. Now y'all got something to say. Hold up. Say that again. When you gonna say it again? Now ain't no huh? When you gonna help me what? Oh, the needy women are asking you to pay their bills. Oh, y'all get that a lot? So now why y'all want to talk? We get ready to end, so now y'all got something to say. We should have been talking about needy women too, right? All right, what else y'all tired of hearing, brothers? I'm sorry I just been hurt before. Okay. What? I'm at a crossroad? Okay. What else women be saying to you, brothers?
What we doing?
What are we doing?
I mean, they say that after a week. What are we doing?
Hold on. Let me just read some of the comments online because they got something to say too. All right. Now, when a woman asks you to pay for something, is that immediately cut off? No, you ain't. Really? When a woman asks you to pay her rent, it's an automatic dismissal.
It is. You know what? Because I use that.
What?
No, listen. Listen what I'm saying. So if anybody asks me, I've had some girlfriends say, I don't really like him. I want to get rid of him. I say, ask him to pay your bills.
That's right.
And a man will leave you alone.
All right.
Especially if they don't know you.
No. What they say? Look, I'm broke. I got bread. I got kids. I'm your baby daddy. Look, okay, somebody said they tired of hearing let's smoke. Let's smoke. Okay, LaWanda Guyton said, do you got the check? This is what she said. LaWanda Clemens Guyton said, when she go out, they ask, do you got the check? Dell Lou said, I will call you back in a few. And they never called back. Is that an automatic dismissal? When they say they call you back? Okay. Alicia Hickerson said, hey, sunshine. Texting after 9 p.m. I will call you back in a few. And 3 days later, Harriet Hunt said, they call you back 3 days later. Okay, Victoria Brooks says she gets a lot of men saying I'm scared. Ask about what? They ask you, they send you CASHAPP requests on a date? Oh, so is it offensive when you send a woman a CASHAPP for lunch? Oh, they throw their CASHAPP at you. Oh, the brothers got something to say now. Huh? Okay, Vanessa Wells said, can you come over? After a certain age group, if it's 9 o'clock, most women of my age ain't going nowhere. Huh? All right, what's another one? We gonna get out of here. I'm not ready to commit. Huh? I'm not ready to commit. Oh, really? Okay, that's my roommate, and he living with a woman. That's my roommate. Okay, Kareem Coleman said, what's your body count? What's your body count? Huh? What's your body count? Okay, what else? When can I see you? Oh, I got my children this weekend. Okay, when they don't want to go out, let's be friends, but with benefits. Let's pray for the singles. Father God, in the name of Jesus. Listen, let's just give a round of applause for our coaches. Coach Ken, you can see him And Tammy on MTV, Caught in the Act is serious. If you want somebody to find out if somebody creeping, call him, honey. It's good. I don't miss an episode. Of course, Bishop Freddie Gooden III, our coach, Coach D, in the place to be. And of course, y'all's crazy Pastor MJ. Be in church tomorrow. I am going to allow this man to have the last words, and then after that, y'all better be in church tomorrow. We're going to be here at 11 o'clock. We're going to continue the fun, but I want him to have the last word, and I want you guys to go sign up because you need help, because somebody pooped in the dating pool, and unfortunately, you need people to help you get out, or you're going to drown, which I hope you don't. So take it away, Coach Ken.
Only thing I will say is that thank you first for having me. Thank y'all for watching, because this is a sensitive issue sometimes.
Yeah.
And a lot of us, you know, we want to love.
Yeah.
We don't know how to get there from where we are today, but it all starts with you. The most important relationship you will ever have is the one you have with yourself.
Yeah.
All right?
Wow, say that again.
The most important relationship you will ever have is the one you have with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on you. Begin becoming the person you want to attract. And I've seen it happen a million times, that all of a sudden your landscape will change. People will begin coming into your life. You just got to be open to it and give yourself permission to love again.
Mm-hmm. And you're beautiful and you're handsome, and don't let anyone tell you anything other than that. All right, God bless you. We're going to do this again. Y'all get ready, because y'all need help, and this man of God is here to help you. All right, log on to his website. He's going to put it up. They're going to put up the link. Yeah,
that's for the challenge. That's for the 5-day challenge.
Begins.
You can just hit the code right there.
The QR code is on the screen. All right, online social media family, God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. See y'all. Peace.